Hers next. And
Nice.
she's 5'0" nothing. So
Yeah.
I'm thinking I'm gonna have to have something that goes down a little lower. But
Oh my God.
it's like riding a bike, right?
We're right back
Right
at
back
it.
at it.
Oh my goodness.
How you been?
I don't even know anymore.
No?
I don't even. Good. I guess good. Yeah.
I guess
man.
we're starting. Welcome back, everybody.
Yeah, we're here.
First Quick and Dirty 30 in a long time.
Yeah, it's been a while.
So we're gonna kind of just go through. I think we made some notes of just how this
Yeah.
craziness and how it's catch up. You know how
It's been crazy, and it's just getting worse. It seems with everything that's new.
it's like that thing of you think 2019 was bad, just
Oh my
wait,
God.
right?
Yeah.
So when you first heard about this COVID-19, were
Yeah.
you like me, where you thought, and I'm being honest here, that it's not a big deal,
100%.
we'll be fine?
Yep.
And I'm assuming your opinion has changed since then.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. But to the extent, I think that maybe on a later point, I think that social media and mass hysteria has exacerbated it.
That was the other point I kind of want to talk about a little bit too, is just how do you trust anything social media anymore?
I don't. I actually don't trust anything. Like social media or our phones or just even
If you hear a cup rolling around, it's because Wade is hung over his hell
oh
right
my
now.
God, sorry. It's my water cup. It's just hydration is key.
It's tough, right?
It is,
Sorry.
especially at my age. I just think that social media, our phones, everything has changed. Whether it's how we get information, how we process information, right from how we communicate with our friends or have relationships or try and have relationships or talk to people. It's just everything's just fucked with it all now.
Yeah, and that's probably the best way to say it. Is like, I mean, it is because even the things that you see that are quote unquote true, how do you even trust it anymore? Like there was someone made a picture of look downtown. I don't know what it was, Detroit or something. It's chaos. It's chaos.
Right.
And it was a clip from World War Z that they had just superimposed CNN graphics on.
Yeah.
And people were sharing that as news.
That's how.
So when this whole thing started, like this whole COVID thing, this is
Yeah.
kind of where I'm coming back with this thing.
Yeah.
I was just like, it's nothing. I'm sure we'll be fine. We've lived through SARS. We've lived through the swine flu and stuff. It won't be that big of a deal because how do you trust anything? Who do you trust? Back when my parents were, watching TV and stuff in the early days, like you could trust the newscasters.
You could trust Cronkite. You could trust those guys.
It
was
there's nobody I trust right now.
nothing. I look at social media now, Facebook and stuff, and I take everything with a grain of salt. And then I look at the comments, and everyone's an idiot.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to now. Now it's a super hot button topic right now, but you could post a picture of a kitty cat, and someone's gonna be like, "Oh, you're racist" or something because of black. Go fuck yourself.
It's
everything's
so hard.
Sometimes things are just simple. Just
Right.
It's just I'm not implying anything.
Yeah.
There's a white couch.
Yeah. It just happens to be white. I'm not saying there's anything wrong
it.
with it. Yeah. And I think that was the next point is like, so how did having all this stuff kind of affect you? Like, how did this turn how you worked every day?
It made me paranoid a little bit, especially, I think our last podcast was just at the toilet paper craze. And
remember those simple times?
I know, it turned me into a weirdo almost when I would go to the grocery store and I would be apologizing for meeting someone in like, oh, I'm sorry. What the fuck is going on?
Yeah.
This is nothing. Just don't lick my face as you walk by.
It seems simple enough thing to do.
And then it was like, should I have more toilet paper? Should I be stockpiling water?
Yeah.
What should I be doing?
And that was
here?
the other thing I thought funny too, is during this whole thing, and nobody was stockpiling water or anything.
Yeah.
It was toilet paper, which it was crazy.
Whatever.
But I mean, when you came, obviously working with a small crew, that must have been obviously a little easier to handle.
We handled it really well. I have to say, 3 of our people could work from home.
Mm-hmm.
So that left me up in the offices by myself.
Mm-hmm.
And our crew is 2 sides of the building. One side is import, one side is the domestic handmade side. So we just everyone just spread out. We moved workstations a bit.
Yeah.
At the same time, we just had to trust that when I went home, I'm not going to be out being silly and infecting myself or other people. And we had to trust that our coworkers were doing the same thing. Go to work, go home, follow the guidelines. You know, I just kept it at that. I didn't go crazy about it. I was just, okay, I'm just going to just fucking stay away from people.
Yeah. And then did you do the whole like masks and gloves and stuff?
No.
Because I found that so contradictory too.
Yeah.
Again, with news and stuff, it's like, okay, you got to wear masks, you got to wear gloves. And then you do it. Oh, they don't actually do anything unless you do this. You don't have to wear it.
Yeah.
Oh, but you do. And it was just like, oh my God.
And then, you know, you see, it makes you crazy because you see somebody in a vehicle by themselves with a mask on. It's like masturbating with a condom on. You don't need it.
Yeah.
Stop. When you see that, a person in a car by themselves with a mask on, it shows that it's, okay, I'm done. I give up.
But again, the problem was with that, though, there was just so much, I don't even want to say information, because information means disinformation. Yeah. It was again, you can't trust anybody.
Well, the thing is, everyone's got everyone's an expert. And it came right from Trump. So if you have a leader saying, I don't believe the CDC, or I don't believe the scientists. You know what? I do, because they invented the heart transplant. When I go to the hospital, all the machines that keep me alive were not invented by Bob down the corner saying, you know what, this is all a hoax. And
like even when I was in the hospital for getting my appendix out, like they were all wearing masks and stuff too. But I mean, it never felt scary. Like I was never scared in that situation. But when you leave that situation and you go into like your normal day, having to like constantly be worrying about like, is the person who is in front of me who's not wearing something gonna get pissed off because I'm not too, and you know what I mean? There was just never any set guy, and I still don't think there is. Like that's what I mean. Like who do you trust? How do you whatever? And that was the other thing, is I felt that this whole point in time, which when you know, for those who have kids who are going to look back on 2020, they're just going to be like, do you remember the time when, you know, it's crazy.
Yeah.
But it's so emotionally draining.
Yeah, it was for me. And I think the worst part, and maybe of course, the safest thing I had to do was I had to stay away from my grandkids, especially the twins. They were born 2 months premature. They have lung issues. It was really weird. You know, as it went on, like 3 months, it was finally, I could see them, right? I used to just go to the window and talk to them through the window and stuff and bring stuff. But then they could come and they give me hugs and kisses and stuff. And still, like even today, my oldest daughter and I went shopping and bought some stuff. And I went back to her house to play with the kids. And I said, okay, Grandpa's leaving. Give me a kiss. Yeah. The girl's coming, and I was still like, should I
be doing this?
I don't know. But you know, it's just that. It's just, it makes my head weird.
Yeah, I'm so used to like I shake everyone's hand, like if I'm with another guy. I feel like that's the sign of, you know, respect, right?
Yes.
And so we're at friend's birthday party, and I'm going to leave, and so I'm like, do I shake hands? And I kind of always put it out there and see what they're going to do. You know, like are we okay?
Yeah.
And who would have thought that in our lifetime we would be this concerned about this? It's crazy.
Yeah.
You know,
it's a weird time. This is a very, very. It's not. I'm not emotionally weird about it. It's just maybe it's. I don't know the word is, but like this, Saskatoon is a beautiful city in the summer. It's a shithole in the winter.
Yep.
But everything that makes the city great is gone. All the festivals, the children's festival, jazz festival, this festival, that festival.
Yep.
All done.
So for you, when you do like you hike lots all the time, are you still doing that at all?
Yeah, of course. And you know, but you know, I can't go to, well, you know, Banff just opened, so I'm giving it a couple weeks and then I'm going.
Right.
West Coast Trail's closed, this closed, that's closed. everything that I would normally do. And then there's the whole airplane factor. So,
I haven't even heard about that. Is that are planes going?
Yeah, you can fly. One of my good buddies flies to work in BC. He's 10 on and home. But there's a whole thing now, right? The check in, the masks, you get tested for a fever. You sit one person per row kind of thing.
Oh, wow. So it's like your own private plane.
Yeah.
I think for, like, saying about hiking and like the activities and stuff, for me, obviously hockey, like I'm missing out on that a lot. And there's talk of them wanting to start summer hockey again. And I have two very extreme minds of this. I have the one mind of it's way too soon.
Right.
everyone's like, hey, the curve or whatever is flattening out. And it's like, awesome. Like, let's keep doing what we're doing. There's the other part of me that's like, remember the days of like the chickenpox parties where you just threw your kids into a chickenpox party and let's see what happens, right?
Right.
There's a part of me that wants to almost do that. There's a little bit of sarcasm in there, but it's still also true.
The point is true.
Because you get to a point where it's just like, literally, fuck it, let's just try it and see what happens kind of thing.
Yeah.
And I understand that there's lots of people with health conditions and stuff. And so, of course, I know it's going to sound insincere to say that.
Right.
But again, when you get so emotionally drained all over this,
Yeah.
I'm done.
Well, the thing that got me too right now is my martial arts club. We've been shut down for 3 months, and I shut down for July and August. And two of my longtime students are testing for their black belt. I have another young fellow testing for his advanced brown belt, and a young lady testing for her brown belt, advanced blue or brown belt. Anyways, it's his senior belt.
Yeah.
We had to all plan for this month in June. Well, phase 4 is when the Legend Center opens up. And like, these guys have been working so hard for so many years to get to this point.
Yep.
So
And
now
it's
it's
all
like,
put on
what do I do? So as soon I told my guys and the parents, as soon as it opens up, even though we're shut down, I'll get a couple makeup classes. I'll get the room booked.
Yep.
We'll get things rolling. We'll still have our test, and then I'll see everyone in September. But you're right. You have to follow the rules. But I'm to the point where it's like, enough's enough. Like, come on.
Yeah, and it's like we feel like I think out here we're very much the test subjects. Like,
Right.
I feel like we're the ones like testing the waters for everybody else.
But at the same time, yeah, we're testing it, and the people, like right now, so we're going to see people are going to hear this podcast. I hope. Thanks for listening.
Yeah.
And see, some people are going to say, listen to those fucking guys. Of course they're going to say it. Some people are going to say, yeah, they're right. Well, no, they're wrong. Okay, everyone.
That's the whole point, though. You're allowed to be, and that's it.
Yeah.
You're allowed to be right and wrong.
Sure.
And then we'll get into more of the intense stuff. But like, I guess the biggest thing would be, as simple as it is, what was the toughest thing for you during this whole quarantine part? And you were, like, yes, lucky enough to still be working.
Yeah.
So you were allowed to leave your house.
Yeah. The toughest part for me was family. Could not be able to go see the kids or the grandkids, not having the club open. I'm very active, and I have a lot of people around me, whether it's the family side, the club side. I'm always active. I'm always with someone, doing something. So that was it, and then everything else was just my life schedule. I'm a gym rat.
Yeah.
I get to finally go to the gym Monday for the first time.
Are you gonna go though?
Oh God, I'm in. I'm that guy.
You're gonna be the one waiting in line.
Yeah.
What do you think it's gonna be like?
I already know. So I read the state. So they have the machines moved.
And where do you go? Sorry.
Motion Fitness.
Okay. Go ahead.
They have the machines moved 6 feet apart. You go in. You have to fill out a questionnaire. You, of course, Then there's the whole, self check yourself. Like, if you're sick, don't go. All kinds of cleaning.
Yeah, the cleaning staff's gonna be running overtime.
All that. But then again, there's that side of me that's just like, I'm just gonna do it.
So, like, if you want to just go on a lift weights and stuff, do you have to like wipe them all down too?
I would suppose that's part of it. I suppose, yeah. If I go to do a bar, I'm going to wipe the handles down anyways.
I'm just thinking of the typical, like, I don't go to Motion Fitness anymore.
Right.
I was lucky enough to get some gear from Flamin Fitness in Saskatoon.
Awesome.
Shout out to Travis at Flamin Fitness. A bunch of great stuff. But when I was at Motion Fitness, and I'm sure this is the same at all gyms, there's those people that will take the 10 weights by themselves and 10 physical weights, and like, they have the little area, and so they're like hoarding all this stuff.
Sure.
I think that's gonna get worse.
I think probably, yeah. We'll see. You know what? We'll do another one, or I'll put a post up on the Trice Life page or something, and be like, this is what I think of the gym. We'll have a little thing. And
that was part of my other half of, like, I think we're opening up too soon, because I don't think there's enough. Like, you almost need, sounds weird, but like actors or something, like, to like test it out. You know what I mean? Like, put 50 people in the gym and just see how they naturally react before actually opening them to the public. Because I don't think there's a lot of things that people have thought about who are designing all the protocols and that,
We've never experienced this either.
Like, the actual amount of touching that goes on in a gym that you don't think about. You don't think about it at all because, dude puts this down, you pick it right back up, whatever.
Of course, yeah.
But now it's going to be a conscious thing for everybody. And I think that's going to also make the gym times longer and you can't have as many people in the gym. So now you got more people waiting.
Yeah, for sure.
So, I mean,
I don't know.
It's going to...
and the information that comes out, back to what to believe, is... Now, I don't know the stats, but you can look it up easy enough. How few or how serious is it? Serious from a straight mathematical standpoint or person to ratio of sickness? Mm-hmm. It's not. If there's 33 active cases in Saskatchewan right now and there's 1 million people, it's pretty damn good.
That's pretty good.
I feel I'm safe to go do anything.
Right. Yeah, and I that's a good point to bring up too, because
we are 1 million people.
Yeah, we are lucky enough that our numbers are quite low.
Right.
But
they're
low for a reason.
Right.
They were low because we were doing all these things right.
Everything right, I think.
And now we're like, fuck it. Now we're open again. And the bars are opening up on Monday too.
Do you know what I think? Tell me if you agree with this. Give me your opinion on this. I think that nothing in society will change. We've already seen it in the States and other countries, 5,000 people at the beach. People will... Once this is open, we're just going to, everyone's, it's going to change. There's going to be no new normal. Everyone's just going to go back to their life.
Yeah.
Because individuals can make changes, but the mob, society won't. You see it everywhere. If they were to hold an NFL game right now, it would sell out.
That's a good point.
Of course it would.
Yeah. And I see that point too. I think that the bars, restaurants, anything that you can remotely have reservations for should all be reservations now.
Oh, totally.
So, for instance, I don't know, Original Joe's. You want to go to Original Joe's? Yep. Cool. There's now room for 50. You have to reserve. You can't just walk in.
Yeah.
There'd be no more walk-ins. And you've got like a time limit. You can only be there for like 45 minutes because these places that are now half capacity, their money is in turnover.
Yes.
They need to get people in, people out.
Yeah.
And I don't think people are going to abide by that. If I'm not saying these are the rules, I'm saying if these were the rules.
But what's even worse than that is just, so I've been through the shop and through the things I'm building and whatnot. I was in Canadian Tire at least 3 times in the last 7 days. And they were really strict. They were a little more relaxed. The other day I was in there, I was shoulder to shoulder. It was like, it doesn't matter. We're all done. Yeah. So it's what I say. People are, Canadian, Home Depot, just ripping. Restaurants are not the problem. Everyone's going to be at their table, not doing things. Mm-hmm. It's the Walmarts, the Home Depots, the Canadian Tire, where you're like, oh, look at this. I don't want that product. And they're, I mean, I was shoulder to shoulder with some people there because it was just so busy in there.
Yeah.
The thing is, it's almost like we're being distracted by one thing to not pay attention to this thing.
Yeah, right.
The Olive Garden's not the problem. Canadian Tire is when there's 400 people in a store and we're supposed to be social distancing.
Yeah, everyone will say that too. Like, how come Walmart can have no restriction whatsoever, but I can only have 5 people in my backyard? Like,
So, what do you believe? I just feel like now's the time for the cabin
man.
In the woods, man.
Yeah, your Unabomber shack's looking better and better, man.
Fuck.
How's that coming, by the way?
Clearing more trees and stuff. It's just, that's left me in a funk too this year. It's like, that's where my personal funk has come from. It's like, I want to do stuff, but at the same time, I'm just like, I don't want to do anything.
Yeah. That was, I think, part of the emotional thing. Like, even the thing I miss the most, I guess, is, the hanging out with the friends and the hockey and the watching sports and things like that. And it's one thing to say, oh, I can just watch it all on my own TV by myself.
Yeah.
But it's, I don't know, I miss that connection with, it sounds weird, like, I miss the connection with humans,
Right.
Like,
and that's, that stems back to our dependence on social media and phones. Like, we've all been like, I've once had a thing with a person and I realized I've been chatting with this person for 3 years on the phone. I'm just like text, hey, how you doing? Blah, blah. Maybe some flirty, maybe some this and this and that kind of shit. Yeah. Then I realized this whole thing has been over the phone.
Like, you never met the person?
Oh yeah, you meet, but it's like, hey, let's do this, let's do that. No, it's just I'll check on you on Facebook. You check on me on Facebook. Yeah. We'll have a text. We'll send some dirty jokes, and nothing will happen from it. And you think to yourself, oh, I had a quote unquote relationship with this person, but no, I didn't.
Is there anything that I guess let's try to say of the good thing? Is there anything that has happened, has changed that you hope stays? Like, I'm a big fan of this curbside service thing now.
Oh, like that. Just
I
come
really
in.
like that.
I suppose that why I gotta say not really. I'm on the same boat as you, is where this has just taken more away from people. And made me realize how dependent we are, or normalized we are, to interacting with someone in any type of relationship at all.
Yeah.
Over our phones or media, and thinking that I have a connection to this person. Right. No, you don't. If you did, they would be right. Let's go out for dinner. Let's go for a walk. Let's have a podcast.
Even something as simple as yesterday was a friend of ours, Carrie's birthday. Also, shout out to Greg Yaholinski, who has a new outdoor channel coming, Last Light. If people are into the outdoor living, he had Prairie Hunter for a while.
Yeah, okay, cool.
Now it's called Last Light. It's wicked cool outdoorsman stuff. Check them out.
I will.
But yeah, there was I think 10 of us maybe in the backyard, maybe. And just being around that many people, I felt happier.
Yes, last night I had 1, 2, 3. I had 4 of my guys from work over, barbecue and beer, and we sat around, and it was great. It was guys, so of course it's guy talk. It was funny. We laughed and we joked, and it was told stories, and it was great fun.
Yeah.
So I think if I hope anything changes, it's that we realize that our versions of relationships are so skewed now.
Yeah. I hope that this makes people realize how important physical people are.
Man, yeah.
And I think makes people realize just how important it is to be more focused on the good stuff. And I'm starting to sound like Dr. Phil here.
But it's true, though.
The amount of energy it takes to be pissed off, and especially in this world now that we're living in, it's so much easier and so much better just to be happier. Yeah. And I think with everyone being so far apart, this might be like something you knit on a pillow, that it brings everybody back together.
Yeah.
I hope that if you're looking at the glass half full, that at least starts. Now, unfortunately, we seem to be in a bit of a rough patch right now with people wanting to be together and all the craziness that is going on in the States. I mean, we got to talk about that a little bit.
Oh, we got to, yeah.
So, I mean, let's start real simple. It's obviously a tragedy what has happened down in the States.
Yeah, it is.
It is obviously completely shitty. My concern is that the real issue was, I'm blanking on the guy's name right now. That's terrible. I should know the guy's name.
Floyd.
That was killed.
Yes.
And the police officers that were responsible for it were charged with the proper crimes. My concern is that is going to be overshadowed now, not so much by the demonstrations, but by the violence of it. You get the people who take advantage of these situations.
Sure they do.
For any excuse to burn stuff, break stuff, steal stuff, whatever. How is that protesting this cause, this situation?
That's a question that I need somebody smarter than myself to answer.
Right.
Because I feel if I answer it, I'm going to have people attacking me no matter what I say.
Exactly. And it's a no-win situation. A great example is, and I'm going to bring it up, is the whole Black Lives Matter versus All Lives Matter.
Right.
And even today, I had asked in a very just explain to me why reason, not angry, not like try to prove me wrong kind of thing. Like, explain to me why All Lives Matter isn't as not important, but isn't as needed right now from Black Lives Matter. And I did get a couple examples.
Right.
And one of them is just really good, where it's just a cartoon saying, this is how you look, saying All Lives Matter. And there's a guy wearing a t-shirt that says hashtag Black Lives Matter. And beside him is a poster that says All Lives Matter, your typical thing you're used to seeing. The other example is save the whales, all mammals matter.
Right.
Like, I think the idea being is, yes, we understand that all lives do matter, but right now we need to focus on that.
That's the best thing. That's the best thing I've heard.
But I think the problem is no one's saying it that way. Nobody is saying it in the sense of, hey, someone says all lives matter instead of saying Black lives matter, and the first reaction is anger. It's angry, and it's post this, is share this, you know, and that's the problem. It's like if nobody wants to have actual like dialogue about anything and explain to me why and whatever, and learn from it. You know, it's
because everyone wants to jump on the bandwagon. It's just that's what like I always say. Individuals are good. People are terrible.
Okay.
Especially what's going on in the States. I'm looking at it from an uneducated. I'm looking at it from the CNN view, the cameras, the Facebook, that stuff.
Which again, how do you
right?
trust?
But the pictures are just like, oh, we all have to go out there, and it's like I don't know what we're protesting, but I'm going to join in. Like,
right?
I don't know. And a lot of people just saying, I got to jump in and share my opinion. And believe me, I'm a white man who grew up on a farm with good parents. And I got nothing. I'm the wrong guy to ask, man, because I have had all the shitty things that have happened to me have been self-inflicted. So like, I got nothing.
Yeah.
You know what? Right.
And that's totally understandable. I'm blonde hair, blue eyed, Caucasian. I couldn't be more not in this situation as if possible. But again, there needs to be more people who are willing to have open dialogue about these situations and not just get like crazy mad so fast.
Right.
And, you know, and that's the part I think hopefully people start to change on. Of course, there's always going to be right off the bat, you're going to get the rotten eggs who do want to cause the crazy shit.
Yeah.
Hopefully that dies off and people do start explaining these situations and why to say this instead of this in a actual dialogue and not just being like, he didn't say this the right way, therefore he's the enemy.
Right. Yeah.
Instead of being like, let's educate why and stuff. And I can't understand why it's taking so much to do it. But I feel like we're all smart enough people in this day and age. We've put men on the moon, apparently.
But I think we are smart enough people, but we are not a smart enough society.
Right.
There's too many of us. And I just think that what it's done to me, and I've always been like this, but it's made it even more, is that I just want to make my life smaller now. I have a small group of friends. I have a small family. I don't want, if there's anyone that comes into my life, man, you got to be top shelf.
Fair enough.
Because if I step out of then I just see all the crazy.
Yeah. And I guess the other thing is, so us being Canadian and all, so how do you think Trudeau handled it? I mean, you say what you want about Trudeau kind of thing. Everyone's talking about this 20 seconds of silence or something.
Yeah, I seen what he talked about.
And that's the only time I'm kind of on Trudeau's side. And before everyone freaks out, reason being, he's got a bad habit of not thinking before he speaks.
Sure.
Right?
Yeah.
So when someone's like, what do you think of the stuff going to the States? Yes, he took a pause to like try to say it properly kind of thing.
I might too.
You know what I mean?
But I'd be like, give me a second.
Give me a second. You know, like, and it's like, but again, people are so angry about it instead of just trying to be like.
But are they really angry, or are they just on their phones going, I got to start some shit.
And that's
are
the
they
problem.
really angry? I don't know.
Are they just trying to start something?
That's why, my Facebook page, I just keep it now. It's really the Wade Speiche and grandkids and silly memes. That's what it is.
I was thanking everybody for the birthday wishes the other day, and I was talking to my parents, and I said the only time I'm really going to go on Facebook or anything like social media is to try to post or share positive things.
Right.
Please.
Me too.
That's just...
Laugh or don't laugh, I don't care.
Sure. I'm just going to try to be positive to everybody and as much as I can. I'm still not ready yet to talk about all my own stuff, but like I've been learning more and more to look at things more positive and to try to take that negative energy and just, not bottle it up, but, talk it out, I think is another big important thing. And I just don't see the need anymore to be that angry all the time.
No, and just like, you just got to keep moving forward, no matter what it is. I just put it out there. No matter what it is, it's here's what I'm thinking, here's what I'm feeling. I've given you that information now, and what you do with it will show me the answer. You might say the answer.
How you react to it is how...
Right, or you might do nothing or say nothing back to me, but that's also an answer. Thank you, I got it.
Yeah.
I'm not going to chase you to be my friend or anything or whatever it is in life. Chase a relationship or chase this. If the answer is yes, that's whatever. If the answer is silence, awesome.
Yeah, fair enough.
No hard feelings.
Speaking of good news, can you explain just a little bit? I zipped through it real quick. There was a post Dingwall made about getting a kid a bass.
Yeah, that was me. I did. That was on my Facebook page.
So explain what will happen there.
The best. This is the best feel good story.
Here we go. I want to end on a good note.
Okay, so I was at the NAMM this year, North American Music Merchants big thing. If you're a music guy, you know what NAMM is.
Yep.
Met this young kid named Ryder. He was really shy, but he loved Dingwall basses, loved Sheldon, man. And so he came to our booth and I said, "Hey, man, you want to play the bass? You want to see a bass? We got like some customs here. You want? Yeah. Oh no, maybe later." He was really shy. So, oh fuck, I know
how old is this guy?
Yeah, teen-ish, sure. Teens.
Yeah, somewhere between 10 and 20.
Right. So sure. So anyways, he came back. Long story short, we became I said, "Here, play." His mom baked us the best cookies, brought them back for us, and so I kind of kept in touch with him when we got back, and him and I became fast friends over email. And his mom, I always talked through his mom, but he was saving up money to buy a Dingwall bass. So I just happened to be walking by the office, coming out of my office, going to the front, seeing some paperwork, and it said Ryder and his last. Oh, that's Ryder. He got his bass.
Very cool.
So I went to the back, grabbed his bass. Me and Chance made a video. I sent the video to his mom, saying, "Hey man, here's your bass. We're getting it ready. It's coming to you." His mom sent me that video I posted on my Facebook page of him watching it, and then he sent me another video unpacking it and having a great time. And tomorrow, him and I are having a Zoom meeting, and we're going to jam. We're just going to jam some music.
There we go.
From California to Saskatoon.
Is that where he lives? Lives right in California?
Yeah.
That is awesome.
So we're going to just rip some stuff, man. I can bass, guitar, piano. I can get on the drums if you like. I got my whole area, got everything down there.
You got like a nice big smile from a kid.
He's a good dude.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
so
man.
was he like, was he, when you guys met him at NAMM there, was he part of like another, was he there working or
he knew somebody that could get him a pass, him and his mom a pass.
Because it's not easy getting
No, because he's a fan of dark glass. He's a fan of Dingwall guitars and fan of music, right? The whole thing's awesome. And just, it was one of those things where you meet someone and he meets me and I introduce him to Sheldon. And, I've seen this kid a million times through martial arts, through this, through that, maybe a little unsure of himself. And he just needs someone to say, "You're awesome, and I've got a way bigger personality than you, and I'm going to give you some of mine to lift you up." And this fucking kid's killing it. I can't wait for tomorrow, man. We're going to plug in. We're going to jam.
That's awesome. See, Good news. There is good stuff in the world.
Yeah, man.
I got 2 more plugs. I want to give a shout out to Purple Chair Productions, who are doing really cool video shows from Mexico, which we all kind of wish we were probably in Mexico right now. Yeah. And also Faka Audio, who's starting to get up and running again.
Nice.
I'm going to have him on in August. We're going to have a little talk about his experiences.
Right.
And he's back and running again, which is awesome. So big shout out to those guys. We did it. It's under 30.
30?
We did 30.
Beautiful.
Hope everybody stays out positive and happy out there.
Yeah, man.
And hope to check everybody out next time. Thanks, guys.
Right on.